For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
Hi everyone, this is Priyanka Chopra. Today you have married actresses with children playing female leads. Why are we talking about that? It's a huge change in Indian cinema. Today I'm seeing films which do 100 crore plus business where you have females who do incredible parts. Like I said with me, with Barfi, with Deepika in Chennai Express or Ram Leela, with Katrina in Rajniti. You can't take away from these girls. It's not as great as it should be, but instead of harping on that, I'd rather harp on about the fact that today, look at the kind of work girls are doing. Yeah, we may not get the same remuneration, and yeah, okay, we don't get the same credit, but look at what we are getting.
How far we've come.
How far we've come, babe. See it in the last 10 years. Today you see films like Queen, like Mardani, like Mary Com. When I did fashion, everyone had told me, nobody watches these heroine wali films. Film के अपने end career के end में heroines करती हैं, कोई नहीं देखेगा. That was like 8 years ago, and today look at the amount of films that have come like that, and it's great. The only thing I would like to see, since we are talking about positive changes, like we support male-centric movies as supporting actors, as heroines, I would like to see boys do that to our films.
People misconstrue being an actor with being a star, and you can be both.
You are both.
I've always wanted to work on being both. But being a star is being glamorous and beautiful and well turned out all the time. But when you come in front of the camera between action and cut, you're not Priyanka Chopra. And to convince you that I was Sweetie Bhope or that I was Meghna Mathur or I was Sonia Roy, you as an intelligent audience who's aware of the entire world and media from around the world, I have to forget I'm not Priyanka Chopra.
I hope all the actors, women, female actresses, whoever come, see the notoriety and the popularity that I have now achieved or reached. I hope that happens to them, because it's unbelievable when it happens in another country.
Of course.
When you walk out and you have like people who don't look anything like you coming up and knowing you.
Or that fan mail stack.
Yeah, which is not by Indian people.
Yeah.
So it's amazing and I hope that happens to whether it's Deepika, whether it's Sonam, because they've signed up. But why the women is because now I feel America suddenly sat up and said, oh, this is a great business module, to take an international superstar and put them into something. And that just elevates the public, because today it's not about domestic entertainment.
Sure, it's global, yeah.
So now everyone wants that. But the women, because we are beautiful,
That you are.
and the exotic, beautiful Indian girl, it's
an easier fit?
It's an easier fit. It's an easier fit. I mean, I've gone to the left and decided never to do it, because I did a show which is on my shoulders. I'm doing a movie which I'm not the side chick, I'm the main villain of the movie. Which is a different, like, who would debut as a villain? It's my first debut will be a villain, an antagonist. But to me, that strikes me as exciting. I don't like being conventional. But I was tried to put into that box so much. That was the first place I was put into. All the movies that came to me was that. In fact, Baywatch, I was being spoken to for another part. But this was just, and it was written for a man, like I told you last time. So I like my terms a little bit. But the exotic, gorgeous, pretty girl in amazing clothes is so the fit of where people tried to put me. And I hope that doesn't happen to anyone else coming in and act, because it'll really ruin all the work I've done.
So you're like on the phone, Deepika, let me just lay down the rules here.
Excellence is the pursuit of my life in anything that I do. So the biggest challenge is the fact that I live between North America and Mumbai, and how to be able to, on remote control, work on both countries. So while I'm in India working on Purple Pebble Pictures, or figuring out as an actor, which is the film I want to do next year, I have development for a series that I'm doing in America. I have scripts coming out for Quantico, which is now going to start in a month. I have trips that I do for my philanthropy work. Just being able to balance all of it is a huge challenge. I have a team of about 25 people that run me. I think it needs that kind of support, but that's the hugest challenge. The good thing is I married a guy who works as much as me, so it's great. Our schedules match perfectly. We meet for 2 days and then we go away. That's on our teams. बेचारे उनकी बड़ी समस्या है. वो बैठ के डायरीज देख के अच्छा तुम कहाँ हो ये कहाँ है around the world कौन सी country में around the world है. But no, the best thing about I think getting married to a man like Nick is he understands what it takes to have the careers that we do. His career is literally longer than mine. He's been in the business almost 20 years. And, he knows what it takes. He knows the sacrifices that it took for him and his family also to be where they are. So, that was one of the big first things where I think I fell in love with him was, I remember, I think a second or third date or something. And I was doing this big meeting with my team from India, and this was in LA. My team from India, my team from America, both had come down. It was like Clash of the Titans, figuring out life meeting. And we were on a boat with a bunch of our friends. It was Memorial Day weekend. And, all the friends were like, "Nahi, why do you have to go? Don't go for work now, chutti hai, whatever." So I was, trying to maro hints that, well, if someone gives me a reason to not cancel my meeting, I'll cancel it. He's ignoring it. And I was getting like, didn't he hear me? I was like, well, if someone gives me a reason, and he's ignoring me again. Finally, the third time he took me aside and he said, "I'm not stupid. I just want you to know, I know how hard you worked to be where you are. If you could have cancelled your meeting, you would have done it. Can you cancel your meeting?" So I said, "I shouldn't." So he said, "Then don't. I'm going to take our friends out for dinner. We'll wait for you, finish and come back." I sat back when I was driving to my meeting. I said, he's hosting our friends and waiting for me to finish and come back. And that's when I knew. I was like,
That's a keeper.
I've been a public person for more than half my life, but the consumption of who I really am has been dictated by other people and has been dictated by the familiarity of who I really am, not my work, not my job, not the definition of, my movies or any of that. I'm talking about as a human being. I'm consumed as a human being as well. And it's sort of part and parcel of being a public person, but I want to sort of introduce myself from the place of being a girl who comes from a very unassuming background and, sort of normal family. And if I can be where I am, discussing my life in the way that I have and have the career that I've had, which I set out to build, then anyone can.